Hello the vinyl community. I thought I was going to do a little quicker video to show a little part of my collection that I don't listen that much to, but I have some of it, and some of them are actually good. And I'm talking about my 12-inch singles. I'm going to show some of them. I said in some of the previous clips that I'm not too fond of 12-inch singles normally, but I have some of them, and some of them are also quite good, quite interesting actually. Many of them are, of course, from the 80s and early 90s, and let's start off by showing some of them. This is an interesting Talking Heads 12-inch actually. This is Lifetime Piling Up from 19. Well, the release is actually from 1992 actually, but it contains actually singles from 86. It's also besides this song, there is a version of Road to Nowhere here also, and we have Love for Sale here, and extended version of The Lady Don't Mind. Quite interesting 12-inch actually, a little EP. This is a 12-inch that I actually think it's very, very interesting. This is Secret Service, Swedish disco band. I talked about it earlier in my 70s video, I think, when I showed Oh Susie, their biggest hit outside Sweden. But in Sweden, the Secret Service and Ola Håkansson are very, very big names from the late 70s and the 80s. And I like them very, very much, and I'm very proud to have this version of How I Want You, minor hit for them from 1984, I think, because this is a test pressing. See, white label on. This is an extended version and an instrumental version and single version of How I Want You. This, we were in on Swedish things. This is a little forgotten thing here in Sweden that I actually like. This is Forced Repetition. Was a little electronica, a little experimental band in Swedish that had one hit, and it was this one, Het Sak. This one is a little cult classic here in Sweden. It's a little electronic beat that goes on, and mostly a man with a little strange voice saying, "Jag har en het sak till dig." It became a little cult classic here in Sweden in the early 90s. And I was looking for this one for a couple of years before I found this one. Of course, I would have wanted it on a 7-inch also, but I still, it's a version of it. There is one Pet Shop Boys single that I actually forgot when I showed my Pet Shop Boys collection earlier, and it was a 12-inch that I found that is very special. Pet Shoppy Boone Mega Mix, and it is a mega mix done by American producer Shep Pettibone, who also worked with Madonna, a lot of soul artists in the 90s he also worked with, and I'm not normally into mega mixes and long mixes, but this one actually is quite good. On the B-side, it is a remix mega mix called Device, also in 11 minutes. A little special one. Talked about the alarm in my video about indies and indies rock. Here's a 12-inch single of Absolute Reality. You have here a Future Love EP from Seal, containing Future Love Paradise, A Minor Groove, and Violet. Corey Hart. This is a pure 80s classic. I talked about tracks chart earlier in my previous clips, and the radio chart that I listened to, almost lived lived with for the entire 80s. I listened to highly. And on the first program that I ever recorded with that program, this song Never Surrender was on that chart, so it's a real childhood memory for me. All the Notes, I Can Go For That, No Can Do from 1981. This is just very special also, childhood memory, pure childhood memory. Remember I heard this one 1985 and I fell in love with this song immediately because it was so much rhythm and it was so cool and relaxing. Goodbye Dance Band, Marlena. Normally I don't like Goodbye Dance Band. It is the same kind of party music as Boney M or Ottawa and all this crappy 70s disco tunes. But actually this song is really, really good. And if you have the opportunity, check it out on YouTube when Goodbye Dance Band actually do this live, because they have a pretty hilarious and funny choreography actually. Soul music, Joe Public, Live and Learn. Now we're coming into a couple of singles that I got from a radio station that actually I found a couple of singles from a radio station, and many of them are dance tracks that I actually never heard before I got them, but some of them were quite good and some of them I actually sold many years ago that I wasn't too fond of. It was much hip hop and rap that I wasn't too interested in either. But some of them are quite good, and some of them also maybe not be in the best shape when it comes to sleeves or the stickers that radio station actually tends to have sometime. But this one is actually good. Really great soul funky music. Dance music, Eskimos in Egypt, Never Surrender EP. This is a song that I actually never heard of before I got it, but it's quite good actually, quite good early 90s dance music. Ice House, said my new wave and synth pop video. This is a band that I like very much, and I was very happy to find Taking the Town. I also have this one on the 7-inch also. This is from 1984. Here is another one, dance song from this radio station collection that I found. Don Pablo's Animals with Venus. You see here is a radio station sticker. They were telling speed and BPM and so on. Well, this is actually a good dance song. The Swedish one. First Unit, I Go to Pieces. Well, very forgotten classic actually. I think it's most famous today because it contained a Swedish singer Anna Book actually. And it's produced by Stefan Andersson, who is in the 90s was very famous Eurodance producer. He produced Basic Element twice, and in the 80s he also produced Swedish Eurodance group So What. Here is another one that doesn't have the correct sleeve, but still is a great one. Lorne de Wolf, Swedish singer, famous for a band, Hansson de Wolf United, a Swedish group that did songs with little thoughtful lyrics. Quite good group actually. Maybe sometimes a little too deep for me, but quite good group. Lorne de Wolf in 1987 released a solo album, and this was a really good song from that album, Moggy Mobo. And Moggy Mobo is a very smart short for the words modern girl and modern boy. Time Bandits, 80s group from the Netherlands, I think. I think one of the members also are Swedish actually. This is I Won't Steal Away, produced by Dan Hartman from 1986. A little more from the radio collection actually. Paula Abdul. This is definitely not the best album sleeve, but it's still a really good album. Forever Your Girl, 1989. Here is the one that I actually was quite proud to find. It is Paul Hardcastle and it's Vietnam song 19. He released this song in various versions with different different languages. He released, of course, a normal one in English, but also released a French version, a German version, a Spanish version, and a Japanese version. And I managed to find the German version. Of course, it's called 90. Oingo Boingo from the movie Bird Science. This is the song Bird Science. It's also a childhood memory song that I heard very much on radio when I was a kid. Another one from the radio collection. This is The Grid, the band with Dave Ball from Soft Cell. Really great groups with The Grid. I like them very, very much. They were unique in its time. The music that you never could tell where it was going to end, actually. Fortunately, the sticker here. A Beat Called Love. Finally, 12-inch that I was very happy to find. I think some of you remember when Erasure actually did a couple of... they did an EP actually in 1992 where they were covering ABBA-esque. And it became a huge success all over Europe. But in 1992, and then same year, later on, Swedish group Webstörna answered that single action and did Erasure-esque with their version of a couple of Erasure songs. And Webstörna is not a synth pop group at all. It's a Swedish pop group with little humorous lyrics and some little rock production in the edges. And I like them very, very much. And this is a very special single, 12-inch single actually, with just Erasure songs. They do versions of Stop, Blue Savannah, O L'Amour, and Hallowed Ground. So with that, I think this is the shortest video I ever made. But I hope that you enjoyed it. If you liked it, subscribe or leave a comment. And until next time, have a very nice beginning of the next week. So long.